What's up, everybody? It's your boy Car Guy back at it again with another video. Today I'm going to be going over the procedures that I do to drop off a car remotely, what checklist that I go through every time I do a remote drop off. So I'll be going over pickups in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But this is going to be a drop off video. If you're new to the channel, first things first, I'd like to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching these videos. Your support is greatly appreciated. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Greatly helps me out. And if you don't know who I am or what I do, I am Car Guy, and what I do is I have a Turo business. And the reason that I'm doing this series of Turo Chronicles, this is actually episode 5 of Turo Chronicles. The reason I do this is because I felt there was a void in what people that are starting off in this business of Turo need to know, and that people that are already in this business show a finished product rather than showing the entire process. So I'm going to fill that gap and show you the entire process of what I go through on a daily basis, the good, bad, and the ugly. So stay tuned for the rest of this video. Thanks for watching.
I want the bad forever, ever, 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 ever. I want the bad forever. I want the bad forever. I want the bad forever, ever, ever, ever.
All right, so first things first, I realized that in the last couple of videos, my sound quality was kind of lacking because I didn't have my mic hooked up proper. So now I do. But yeah, so this is how it's going to be for the rest of the time. As you can see, obviously I'm at home. I am not at the airport doing the drop off because I didn't feel it was right for me to document that at the actual scene, because you've seen how I do standard drop offs. I mean, if you go back and watch the last couple of videos, you see how my procedure goes, where I clean the car out. Nothing actually changes in that point. There's just a few differences that I'll actually go through in the rest of this video, so stay tuned for that. First things first, the reason I do self check-ins or remote drop-offs, the reason I do them is because my hours of operation for when I want to operate are between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. That's just the time that I designate for Turo. I know it's pretty much all day, but those are the times that I designate to pick up, drop off, do whatever I need to do for Turo. If it's any time after that, I will do a self check-in. So that means prior to 7 a.m. So if your pickup is at 6:30 a.m., I might be able to swing it, but more than likely it's going to be a self check-in. If it's anything after 8 p.m., between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m., it's remote drop-offs, because I'm not going to be staying up all freaking night trying to drop off these cars to people. So I'd rather them pick it up themselves, less hassle for me, and I get my normal night's sleep. So that's why I do self check-ins. So like I said, after hours will result in a self check-in. After they have confirmed that this is a self check-in, I will make sure that the guest knows this is a self check-in. And if they agree to it, then cool. If not, then they'll have to adjust their time or rent someone else's car. If they don't want to rent my car, that's perfectly fine. I understand, not everybody's wanting to do a self check-in, so I get it. But I always confirm with the guests to say, hey, just to let you know, these are after my hours of operation, so we'll be a self check-in. Are you comfortable with that? If you're comfortable with that, we can move forward, and I will go through the entire guidelines of what my rules are as far as no smoking, how to return the car, type of gas to fill up with, all of the guidelines that I have on my Turo platform, because a lot of people may not necessarily read it. So I make sure I reinforce that knowledge to say, hey, this is what I expect in my car. Do what you will. However, everything comes with a consequence. So I express those guidelines, make sure that they understand them and they're okay with them. And then we move forward. Like I said before, it's a standard drop-off procedure as far as like cleaning. So 2 hours before I'm going to drop it off, I'll allot a block amount of time to clean and do everything I need to do and drop the car off at the designated location. And I will It's the same standard as I did in the previous drop off video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's up in one of these corners, I don't remember. But go check that out. Next thing I do, I park it at the location. Now, here's the thing. There are several locations around Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, even in Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, that have daily parking rates that aren't crazy. So how do I combat the fee? Well, as you already know, my delivery fee is $20 or $25 to the airport. If you're doing a self check-in and the daily rate is only $11, you're actually saving money if you do that. So what I'll do is, if it's a self check-in, I will waive my fee of the delivery and just do self check-in. So because you're gonna have to pay to get out of the parking anyway. That's the nature of the beast. So you're gonna have to pay something. But yeah, that's the nature of the beast. I make sure that I'll let them know, hey, since you're doing a self check-in, I appreciate, you not taking time out of my day to, drop off to you personally, because you understand my schedule. So out of appreciation for that, I'll waive my fee and you can save some money. And then when I'm parking the car at the location, every parking lot that I use is secured, and they come with a little like receipt or little badge or something like that to put in the car so that you can get out of the parking place that I put it in. Normally it's a garage because I don't want shit being rained on it or whatever. If I have to do an open location, I will, but 9 times out of 10 it's in the garage. So I'll leave the actual receipt in the car so that they can get out at any time, and I'll have someone follow me into the garage. The great thing about Hartsfield-Jackson, if you're in there less than 30 minutes, they don't charge you anything. So that's great. So if the driver gets there, if I drop the car off and 15 minutes later they show up and pick up the car, they don't have to pay anything. Cool, saved them a whole $25. Great. But I leave the ticket in the car to make sure that they can get out. They understand that they have to pay the fee, whatever it is, and we move forward. Next thing I do, after I leave the ticket in the car, I will lock the keys inside the lockbox. I have spare keys for all of my cars just in case. So I have a designated renter's key for each car. And that renter's key is locked in a lockbox at all times anyway. But just to be sure, I will go through, do the codes, make sure that everything is working properly to where the renter can get into it once I give them the code. And everything's working properly, I store it in a secret, quote unquote, secret space. And yeah, that's how I lock the keys in there. When I lock the keys inside the lockbox, I will make sure the actual key is inside a Faraday bag. And if you don't know what a Faraday bag, basically a Faraday bag is a signal blocker, so that people can't, because a lot of times, a lot of these cars, well, at least my cars, are you can unlock it just by putting your hand in there. As long as you have the key in or around you can unlock the car that way. So a Faraday bag blocks that signal. So even if you have it on your person, if you have a Faraday bag, if you have the key inside the Faraday bag, you can't unlock it because the signal isn't getting to the car to let the car know that you're there with the key. So I put it in a Faraday bag just to be sure that no one can unlock it from the outside. That's just what I do. Next thing I do, after I've inspected the car, make sure everything is good, document all the damage. If there is any, 9 times out of 10 they're not, but I'll take several pictures, but I will actually confirm that the lock and unlock works on my phone remotely. I'm not going to mention which lock system that I actually use because they're not sponsoring me and they ain't paying me, so I'm not going to give them any type of money. I paid a whole lot of money for these things, but there are several actual security systems that you can use. And if you want to know, message me personally. I can tell you it's not a problem. I just don't want to say it here. But yeah, so there are several of these. You can buy them on Amazon. You can find them at Best Buy. I think Best Buy has them. Walmart. Several places have them. You can Google them and you can order them for your entire fleet. I mean, there's several different ways to get these trackers and remote lock and unlock from your phone. So mine is hardwired, as I've said before in a previous video. I confirm that it works. It's never malfunctioned on me, but you can never be too careful with mechanical things. Things do go wrong, so I make sure that it works anyway. And then after that, I will document the location. What I mean by document location is I will drop a pin where the car is located, parking spot, all that stuff. And I will also take pictures of the surroundings so that I know where, like, most times they'll have like aisle numbers like J7 or F8 or whatever, right? I'll document that. I'll take pictures of that, and I'll back out and zoom all the way out or back up as far as I can to show that surrounding area so that you know what it looks like, where it's at, and what cars are parked next to it, all this other stuff. I understand that cars move, but I still take pictures of all of that just so that it knows, okay, it's in the second spot from the right or something like that. That's pretty much it. I'll make sure that I had those saved. I'll upload the pictures of the car as far as like the condition of the car to the trip photos, but I won't upload the pictures of the location yet because I don't necessarily want them to know until they arrive. Once you arrive, then I will tell you, hey, this is where it's at. This is I'll unlock it manually or remotely. I'll tell you I'll give you the whole thing. I'm gonna go over that in a second, but I don't upload the location of the car just yet. Now, what happens when the driver arrives? This is the most important part because obviously this is when you make your money. When the driver arrives, I make sure, obviously, like as I said in the last video, I confirm the identification prior to. 9 times out of 10 it's a day before, but if it's not a day before, I'll get it like when they land. I'll make sure that I have their ID to say, hey, is this you? Confirm and everything, upload the trip photos so that Turo knows, and yeah, we go that way. And then once they've landed and confirmed that they've landed and confirmed their identification, I will send them the location, the drop pin location. And that works, by the way, that works on iPhone and Android. That is not just an iPhone thing. I have Android personally, and that's how I do the drop pin. Anyway, I will send them the location via Google Maps, and once they get to that location, hey, I'm here, they'll send me a message, hey, I'm here, or they'll call me, text me, because I also do make sure that they have my phone number. If they need anything and the Turo app isn't working for some reason, they can call me or text me. My phone is always on. And so once they say that, hey, I'm at the car now, I'll go ahead and unlock it right then and there. If they're on the phone, I'll talk them through the whole thing. Hey, how does everything look? Document it for yourself. I make sure that they actually document the condition of the car because I don't want them to seem like I'm being false in how I documented it. You know what I mean? I make sure that they know, hey, this is how it looks. It's confirmed. This is how it looks. So I make sure that they upload their own photos as well, so that it's not just one-sided. And then I will make sure that they confirm the fuel and the mileage that I've documented so that they know for sure that is the fuel and the mileage, and I'll have them upload that as well. So there's 2 pictures of the fuel and the mileage on there, and that way they'll know. And then after everything's confirmed, they're like, yeah, this is clean, everything's good to go. We're good to go. I will tell them the location of the lockbox, and I'll give them the code, and then they're off. That's pretty much it. Drop off, obviously I'll talk about that in a separate video, because I rarely do remote drop offs, but again, if it's after my hours of operation, I will do a remote drop off, and I'll make sure that the drop off is at a location that is secure. And if it's in a parking garage where I have to pay you to get out of it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issue with that, but that comes in a later video, so I'll talk about that next time. But as far as my procedure to drop off remotely and do a trip remotely, that's how I do it. I will check in and go back. So when I initially drop off the car, I will go ahead and check into Turo. I do my check-in, I do my little survey, my cleaning survey, everything like that. Of course, I spray everything down before I lock up the car. But I will make sure that I start the check-in process prior to leaving. I don't want to leave wherever I drop the car off at without checking in. That way they know when I drop the car off. Turo knows, the trip photos will actually have the date and time of when I dropped it off and everything like that. So I make sure I check in at that moment. And then all the renter has to do is come in and do his check-in right then and there, and the times will match up in a certain space. So that's about it, man. If you guys have any questions, make sure you can DM me at any time. My Instagram is right here. I put it right here. You can DM me at any time on Instagram, CAR9UI. I'm also in several Facebook groups, including Turo Host and Turo Host Atlanta. And I also created a group called Turo Blacklisted for renters who are kind of bad. And just to let everyone else know around the country, like, hey, this is what they did to me. So if you want to join that one, cool. If not, whatever. It's my group. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video for remote pickups. See you later.